AI News Official 005. Tonight's map is bigger than chatbots. The important AI story is that the technology is moving into research, science, infrastructure, open model competition, and public policy all at once. That is where the next phase starts to look less like an app cycle and more like an operating system for work. Story 1. AI is starting to show up inside serious research discovery. OpenAI says one of its models helped produce a disproof of a long-standing conjecture in discrete geometry. That does not mean mathematicians disappear. It means the workflow is changing. A model can generate candidates, explore a search space, and surface a path that experts can inspect, verify, and turn into real scholarship. The operator read, "This is the moment to stop thinking about AI as only a question-answer machine. The higher value version is a research partner that proposes, searches, ranks, and hands humans a better set of things to test. The trust problem does not go away. In research, it gets sharper, but the ceiling is also much higher. Story 2. Open and efficient model pressure is still alive. Mistral is pushing Mistral Medium 3.5, remote coding agents in Vibe, and heavier work modes in Lechat. The broader open and efficient model ecosystem keeps pulling the market away from a single closed frontier story. For builders, that matters because the best model is not always the most famous model. Sometimes it is the model you can run closer to your data, tune for a narrow task, afford at scale, or swap into a routing system without rebuilding the whole product. The operator read, "Model choice is becoming infrastructure. The future may not be one model winning everything. It may be clean routing across frontier APIs, open weight models, local inference, and specialized tools. That is not as flashy as a benchmark headline, but it is what production systems are made of." Story 3. Science agents are becoming a category. Google DeepMind's AlphaEvolve is framed as a Gemini-powered coding agent for designing advanced algorithms. That points toward AI systems that can help with scientific discovery, hypothesis generation, and complex problem search. The important shift is not that AI writes a neat summary of a paper, it is that AI can start to participate earlier in the loop, searching possible explanations, proposing next experiments, and narrowing the space that human experts need to inspect. The operator read, "Agent reliability matters most when the work is expensive. If an agent makes a mistake in a chat window, you rewrite the prompt. If it points a research team toward the wrong experiment, that costs time, money, and trust. The next wave of science AI will be judged by verification, traceability, and whether expert teams can reproduce the result. This is also why the word agent needs to get more serious. A real research agent is not a cute assistant with a calendar. It needs memory, source discipline, tool boundaries, audit trails, and a way to show its work. In science, finance, healthcare, defense, and enterprise software, the agent has to leave evidence behind. Otherwise, the demo may be impressive, but the institution still cannot trust it. Story 4. Infrastructure is still the gravity well. Every AI product story eventually lands on physical constraints: chips, networking, data centers, memory bandwidth, electricity, cooling, and supply chain. NVIDIA's first quarter fiscal 2027 results put hard numbers on that demand. Record revenue of $81.6 billion, up 85% from a year ago, and record data center revenue of $75.2 billion, up 92% from a year ago. The operator read, "If you only watch model announcements, you miss half the market. The real race is intelligence plus delivery. Who has the compute? Who has the margins? Who has the power contracts? And who can ship systems that companies can actually run?" Story 5. AI policy is not background noise anymore. Reports around draft or paused executive actions, state-level rules, provenance work, copyright fights, and safety frameworks all point to the same thing. The rules of the AI market are still being written. That creates risk for companies, but it also creates openings for teams that build with evidence, source tracking, provenance, privacy, and deployment discipline from the beginning. The operator read, "Serious AI builders need a policy radar, not because regulation is the story every day, but because policy can change what data you can use, how you prove what a system did, what customers demand in procurement, and what claims you can safely make." So the thread tonight is simple. AI is moving upstream into discovery, sideways into open and local stacks, down into infrastructure, and outward into public governance. The winners will not just have a good model, they will have reliable systems, verifiable outputs, cost control, and enough trust to survive contact with real institutions. That is AI News Official 005. Nauta AI is tracking the shift from demos to deployed intelligence. More at nautai.com.